And we're live. PÖST
Okay.
ZERÖ. 30 places women don't want to be taken onto a first date. But first, of course, the most important one. Gentlemen, how have you been?
Start with Arch, I guess.
All right, so we spent the weekend going over to friends' houses, 2 different friend houses for dinner, and we ate some of the strangest stuff. Like one family, they made us this family recipe, like pickle stew. It's like beef, but they put like a jar of pickles in there with it, which sounds weird, but it tenderizes the beef. It cooks in the crock pot all day, and I mean, you eat a Cuban, right? So I mean, it's almost like a deconstructed Cuban. They served on top of the bed of mashed potatoes, kind of dissolved in a liquid, almost like chowder, but like beef and pickles. And it was suspiciously good.
Okay.
And then we were at another friend's house, and like it's like New York Italian family. So like pasta and meatballs, and the kid double fisted it. I'm eating like way more meatballs than I should. Had 2 whiskeys or something. So this morning the whole family has very interesting poops after a weekend of like pickle stews and too much wheat flour.
You're eating outside of your lane. Yeah, that happens.
Do you guys remember the website ratemypoo.com?
Oh my gosh!
Why did you remind me that existed, dude? I'm trying to forget the old internet, like the 4chan internet. I'm trying to forget about it, but
I grew up on the
before
old
the dark
internet.
times.
Like a dancing baby, the hamster dance or something, like old school, right?
The helicopter
Badger,
thing where
badger.
you send it to your friends, it'd be a guy with the helicopter.
One guy, one jar.
Oh, okay.
Pickles.
I was smart enough not to stay away from that. I was lucky.
I didn't like the sound of it, so I didn't watch it. But I heard about it, and that was enough to make me clinch.
Oh, I thought you meant the sound of the video because that doesn't sound good either.
No, probably not.
Welcome to PÖST ZERÖ, everybody. The most.
At least we haven't talked about a wall yet.
Oh yeah, the most serious show on the internet.
Well, Sunday morning cartoons, you remember I had 2 Ghostbusters cartoons?
I remember the one.
The real Ghostbusters, and then
there was a fake. There was the other one that was just called Ghostbusters. And I looked into this actually because, I was very curious when I got a little bit older. Like, why the heck was it they're just funky Ghostbusters with the wrong characters? It turned out that was the original. In 1975, there was this Ghostbusters show, and it had 2 guys and their pet gorilla. And that was the original Ghostbusters. Then the movie we're all familiar with in the 1980s, like with the beige jumpsuits and Marshmallow Man, that came later. And so then when that movie was successful, the original Ghostbusters people decided we're going to cash in on that, and they made a cartoon. Yeah. And then they had to come in and respond, we're the real Ghostbusters, and that's why there were 2.
And they didn't even look anything like them either in the cartoon.
Well, no, because the old character was these 2 guys and their pet gorilla. They were completely different characters.
But the real Ghostbusters, they made Egon a blonde and all that stuff. And I was like, this bothers me. They don't look anything alike. Who's who?
Yeah,
it already happened then.
I was just thinking about low quality cartoons. Whenever I think about us, think about low quality cartoons. I've already derailed us. So someone put us back on the rails.
Nothing wrong with that. Nuke, how have you been?
Good. Just went and partied with some really much younger people, just because I like the energy. It was very fun. But my knees are toast, so I really probably won't be able to work out today or tomorrow. But
did you get any flashbacks from kindergarten, hanging out with the younger people, or?
Yeah, I was like that one meme with what's his name? It's like hello, kids, how do you do? Hello, fellow young people, how do you do?
Yeah.
But it was fun, and it's much better than hanging out at the mainstream bars and clubs where everyone is. Dallas can get really crazy. I'm glad I avoided that. But other than that, nothing. Just streaming, working. Work is being a little lighter. And then I think today is winter officially started in Texas. It's 46 degrees out. So
lucky it's coming down to me. Then that's what that means.
Yeah. How's it on your guys' side? You're in Austin, right, Archwinger?
Yeah, allegedly at about 11 a.m. our time, it's gonna get cold. It's still kind of warmish now, but it's coming.
Yeah,
I really love that we're in different corners of Texas here, so we can be like, "How's it over there? How's it going to be for me?"
Texas
well, it's not windy. It's not windy. It's just it's nice. It's not I stepped outside to walk my dog, and it was I didn't shiver or anything. Okay, cool. And then I went back.
You go to Maryland or something, and the weather's the same in all 20 states up there or something. You just have one giant state weather. And you go to Texas, it's 10 kinds of weather at once.
Yeah, you get 4 different environments and climates. And
we have all the biomes too. You got the scrublands, the coastal area, you got swampy areas, you get the hills in the north and stuff. We get various biomes in Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty soupy over here still. It's in the 70s, I think, or maybe even the 80s at this point.
Yuck, yuck, man! You need to get with it. We need to get with this winter. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done with this heat.
Me as the European. What the hell is a mile? 70.
Yeah, how's it in Netherlands? How's the weather in Netherlands right now?
Yeah.
Fall really has begun, but today it's nice. It's just nice. It's bearable. It's not too windy. It's not too rainy. You don't have that icy cold you get during fall. Today is nice. The leaves really are turning brown and yellow right now, but it's how do you phrase that? What's the word I'm looking for? You can walk through it without freezing, kind of thing.
Yeah. Also,
doable.
Fun fact: I updated my Reddit account and I looked at Married Red Pill, and I looked at it and I'm just like, there's nothing here that I should post. I'm just gonna read and back the fuck out. There's nothing. I don't know if you guys still go on there, but like
I only go on the archive and read there.
Reddit in general is kind of going downhill, hasn't it? I mean, it's
so I've heard. Yeah,
cat pictures or something.
Yeah, I'm just gonna post pictures.
Are you like breaking the mold, Nuke? They say you don't want to be that creepy guy trying to dance with younger girls, and you're like, "Oh, I danced so hard, my knees went out." You know?
Yep, that's me.
Speaking of old, Gov, how have you been?
Speaking of old, Gov, how have you been?
Oh yeah, well, let me tell you.
Okay, except for Archwinger, he is the oldest of us, I believe.
Let me tell you a story.
I got a little gray hair.
Rich Farm remembers.
Gosh, I didn't do anything. I mean, this weekend was pretty productive. Yesterday, like I got my raw milk finally again. I hadn't had it in a couple weeks, so had to go pick that up. And then I went by the mall and I said, you know what? I'm gonna play some dance games and burn some calories. And I burned like I don't know how many hundreds of calories, but I played for a while, and then that felt good. I needed that. Now my knees hurt too, so it's okay, Nuke. I understand.
Yeah, and then, solidarity.
Yes, exactly.
So for a Red Pill podcast, not gonna lie, but men having their knees hurt, I think this is wrong.
I was gonna say knee hurting Texans. That's our solidarity.
Like men aren't supposed to have bad knees, it's the other way around.
I mean,
I ran too much.
We're not supposed to go to cheesecake.
Okay,
I was like a big track runner. I'm missing all my cartilage or something.
Stop.
It hurts so good, but it's always like after it's been a while since playing. It's like okay, my knees got to get back to getting used to that again. But hey, I did really good yesterday, so that's all I care about. And so productive, and then today I'll be pretty productive too. So.
Well, we're going to try. We're going to try.
Yeah.
So everybody's been out, and today we're going to talk about going out because
the Cheesecake Factory. Number one. It's on Fox, dude. This shit was on Fox.
This shit was on
Fox Local, yeah, something like that.
It's like the women, of course, made the internet again because, of course, what else are they gonna do? And now they have made an entire new list of places they refuse to go on a first date.
What to do with number 15? Who's taking a girl to the gym? You want to be alone? You're going to get away from women. I'm going to get away from women at the gym. Stop ruining the gym.
I just want to start off by saying this. For me, this is nothing more than a Christmas list. It's as Nuke. I think Nuke coined the term. Even I don't know where you got it from. Superficial. Yeah, from the book superficial pre-selection, where it's like girls make up the weirdest hurdles for men to jump over to look better than their girlfriends and to look like they have higher standards than their girlfriend. And it's nothing more than rage bait because you see a lot of guys jumping on this saying, how dare these women have standards and think that we men will take them out to other places than this and blah, blah, blah. And I can guarantee you right now, every woman who retweets this list has at least 3 guys in her roster who has taken her to one of these places. But I would love to get your opinion.
Especially 21.
Oh, yeah. I would love to get your opinions on this. Archwinger, go ahead.
Obviously, your perspective is correct. This is internet rage bait. Out in the real world, this doesn't pan out nearly as much. So it's important to keep that in mind. Like, every girl puts this, we'll look at this list, guys will comment, they'll make engagement. But, I also think we over-select in the manosphere. Like, every one of us, and us included, have stories about a girl who just wanted a free meal. Every guy has those stories. Every guy shares them. We hear a lot. and so we think that that's like normal. But like for every date you hear like that, there's like 500 dates that went completely ordinary, weren't like that, and nothing happened. Those don't make good stories. No one posts about them on the internet, so you never hear about it. Like, yeah, I don't think this is really a big thing. It's just, hilarious internet content. So yeah, that's my take on that. But we get into all the details later. But yeah, my take is this is hilarious internet content, but not something to really like get all rage bait about. But
no, this is the non-angry show. We don't get angry here.
And there's also a distinction too. Like I think if a girl is meeting you for an understood hookup, like a bar for drinks is a standard date, maybe not the gym, but a normal restaurant or something. Whereas if a girl is meeting you for a first date, like an actual date or even just a pretend date, so you guys have an excuse to hook up, she holds you to a slightly higher standard. But not, you don't have to take her to a steakhouse. I think it's not really about the financial investment so much as girls prefer you put some thought into the date rather than like the Applebee's a mile down the road from your house. It could be an interesting but still an expensive date. But if it's just like Applebee's you do with every girl to see if she'll sleep with you, that is kind of boring. And girls do date for entertainment.
Mm-hmm. Nuke, go
ahead. Yeah, like I said, the book Cataclysm, which it is dated. It's like 2013, I think, when it came out. It is a dated book, but the data showed that women would put these things in their profile on dating apps, and then they would match with guys that were the opposite. And then when they talked about their experiences, it was not, so this is not real. This is again dating in the abstract. Men build brands on this because it's outrage right now. The legacy media, as I can see now, is using it to get eyes and clicks. Like, I just hope guys realize, like, you really have no choice but to experience the world in real time, because if you don't, they will come for your mind and they're going to, these things aren't real. Like, obviously, as you get more experience with women, you're going to realize like Applebee's really isn't a great first date. Like, I will go with the boys, it's pretty fun. Aww. But just have a place where the waitresses aren't trying to get you out of there. Have a place where it's probably not that loud and a little bit more classy, or I don't know. But for the most part, like Arch said, women just want you to put a little bit of effort. We are their entertainment now. They don't have to be with men, so they choose who they want to date, and they want to have fun. And I got a lot of guys, when they date, they have this thing where they think it's like women think like them, and it's just like, no, you are their entertainment. Women are constantly bored. She spent all day thinking about the date. She got ready. She shaved her legs. She canceled a call with her mom. She didn't walk her dog. She drove through traffic. Women aren't that great at driving through traffic in a major city. They kind of freak out. Trust me.
Me too.
She circled the block 4 times to find parking. She called you. You missed the call because you were just showering because you forgot what time the day was. And then she shows up and she's pretty and she did all that for you. Meanwhile, you're like scratching your balls. You're like, oh, I got a date today. It's like, yeah. So it's like, don't, plan the date. And if like, I usually go for drinks or coffee, right? But if she says, no, I want to go somewhere expensive, like, like an actual full dinner, she's filtered herself out. She did you a favor, so it's like a win-win situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason to fret over this stuff. None.
That is something I want to get into later, because what Arch mentioned in the DMs as well, but we'll get into that later. I was surprised though that Better Bachelor has not made a video on this yet. Not at all, because I was checking like for better.
How the heck did Fox News beat him to it?
I don't know, man. I don't know. But like, I was checking for titles and what to work with to play the algorithm a bit, but he didn't even make a video yet. I'm like, oh, yeah, interesting.
Fox News is not Johnny on the spot here when it comes to current content. Usually he is.
Yeah, I know. Gov, what's your opinion on this?
I seem I'm really surprised to see Red Lobster on that list, to be honest, because I remember there was a time when that used to be we're gonna go to Red Lobster. Yeah, now it's a no, you can't go there. Thank you. I was about to say
right,
because like I'm looking at all these right here. Movie night. I remember dinner and a movie used to be the classic date, and I mean I know girls like change of scenery or some kind of excitement, things like that. Movies are, they swap out. They're different all the time. So, I mean, unless she's going on multiple dates with the same guy, or no, multiple dates with different guys to the same movie, then, you know, I mean, hey, she's getting to change of scenery there. But I mean, ice cream dates, coffee dates. Yeah, those are all coffee dates and Starbucks. I guess there is a difference now. And then
she takes you to Starbucks. Trust me on this one.
That is actually true. Yes. And then, you know, movie night, I like the whole Netflix and chill implication there on number 21 there, because there's a difference between that and the movies. But bowling there, you know, a lot of the first dates I had were at the arcade. I mean, everybody knows me. I'm a gamer there. So, you know, and never had a bad time there. Never had one bad date there. And, I mean, hey, that's not on the list, though, so that's cool. I mean, bowling is, but who cares? Nightclubs were bit cliche for me, so I could understand them not wanting to do that for a first time. The gym, though, that one's the one that's really getting me. Hey, honey, you want to go work out as our first date? No.
Get sweaty.
Yeah, let's get sweaty. Like
I need a spotter. Can you a 50-pound girl spot my 350 bench?
That's your pickup line. You go up to her, you're like, hey, honey, you want to go get sweaty? And she'll be like, what? And be like, let's go to the gym. You know,
dating in the afterlife.
Calling me fat?
Mm-hmm.
Church. I just saw church. What the hell?
Well, I was going to mention that one too. So church, I'm thinking, wait a minute. I thought, you know, that's where you'd want to meet the girl, right? I mean, if you or something like that.
If you go to get married, it's not where you go for your first date.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Hey, unless the first date is marriage.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Who's that conservative?
Yeah, that's like Muslim 1400s, like freaking Muslim.
This part of the country, like a hookah bar, would be a pretty exotic place to take a date. How would she find that interesting?
Yeah,
actually,
something like that would be
not a bad idea. Yeah.
It's not a bad idea. It's a nice little hangout. I've been to those. Yeah.
Can somebody explain to me, by the way, why Starbucks and coffee dates are separate?
Because Starbucks is horrible coffee. Whereas like coffee shops, like everyone has a local coffee shop, and it's trendy. It's like, you know, there's like a local roaster to get their beans from all over. Like, you know, their coffee shops,
especially in Austin,
yeah, like they'll have like, you know, they'll have their own vibe. Where there's board games or certain things on TV, live music. Coffee shops can be a thing, or they can be Starbucks.
See, I guess you know, I'd also say Starbucks also has other drinks other than coffee, but that's what they're known for. You know, oh, you want to go to Starbucks and get some tea? I mean, I do that. You know, if I ever go, that's all I ever get. I don't
Starbucks is for people who don't like coffee. They want some kind of like sugary milkshake that kind of has a little bit of coffee in it.
Yeah.
Yep. That's exactly it.
Hold up.
You want to go to Starbucks or local coffee shop?
Family functions. Like who invites a girl to go meet their parents and uncle and drunk uncle?
Yeah. What is family functions?
Like,
I need a date for a wedding or something.
Or even like family get-togethers, even
or
just any kind of family
get-together.
Oh, you want to meet my family? The first date,
or grandma's anniversary, or something. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, so I thought it was a venue. I'm like, what the hell?
No, I hate to break it to you, dudes, but it sounds like we, as guys, think some of the items on this list are like legitimate complaints where you shouldn't take a girl.
Yeah. What is going on? Like, what are guys doing? Like, what the fuck? Like, who takes Waffle House? That's like where child trafficking happens, right?
Waffle House,
you like to hang out with younger. Like,
I like how IHOP and Waffle House are on there when IHOP and Waffle House are, you know, about the same idea, but Waffle House is the more lot tinier, more rundown. Yeah, but it's still pretty tasty.
There's probably an age and socioeconomic factor to this list. I mean, between wives, I'm dating girls like, you know, late 20s, early 30s, and like, you know, they have jobs and degrees and money of their own, and like they care a lot less about like going to Applebee's. It wouldn't be more like he's being cheap. It's more like he's being uncreative and putting no effort into a date. But I mean, like they care a lot less. Whereas I guess you get like a 19-year-old barista making $1,200 a month, $500 of which she spends on hair, to be like, I'm worth all this and more, you know, like, you know, then she's going to want like a nice first date.
I just noticed something else too. Number 7, Your House, and then number 21, Movie Night with Netflix. I'm going, okay.
That's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of more in my alley, in all honesty. It's like, that's why it's like, that was the thing I disagreed with on with Archwinger, where it's like, you mentioned that most girls would want to have at least some effort and things like that. But I usually go, or I usually went for the girls who saw the time as the effort. Where it's like, we're going on the date and the time spent is the effort. Yeah, we could get coffee somewhere. We could do it here. We could do it at your place. But the gist of it is the getting to know each
the
other.
Interesting stuff is also like, like let's say there's a street festival near your house or something, and you walk around the whole time and look at booths, like, that's completely free. And that's interesting. Whereas, a coffee day is actually going to cost you some money and is completely boring. There's like an investment of making it interesting versus like, investment of like money and time. Yeah. I guess a bigger pickier question. That was hard to say for some reason. I'm too much coffee. So like, when you have a woman on dating apps, she's got like 10 guys just like you blowing up her phone. I mean, it's easier for women. A woman's going to have more options just in general. So, she chooses to go out with you. Maybe you're the best guy, maybe, or at least the best one who asked her out that particular day. So that's worth something. But she also could be out with like any number of other guys, and she's out there with you. Is there inherent value in that? Like, the fact that she has a choice and chose to be with you.
Yeah.
Well, I usually just went for, how do I phrase this? Apologies, my English is failing at this point. But the value... I viewed it as the value comes from me, not the venue.
I mean, it could, but I mean, she had a bunch of other guys she could be out with. You probably have fewer numerical options, but you asked her out. You both think the other person's okay. I mean, because she had 10 other guys like you and you had 3 other girls like her, like, is her being there with you have at least some small level of inherent value? Like, do you owe her anything besides just being present?
No, I don't think you do. And then that's where the whole process comes from. Like, are you fun to hang around with? And that's the whole dinner date thing. I mean, we've gone over that countless times, but I don't know about you guys, but when I'm eating, I am very silent. In all honesty.
Yeah, I don't like to talk between bites.
Hard to talk when you're chewing.
Also,
it gets very awkward.
Here in the U.S., the waiters and the waitresses push you out of the restaurant really fast. Like, they want you out of there sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's like, you have to go to a second place because you in 45 minutes it's packed. They're trying to get you out so other people can come in. So it's definitely not good on that end.
My approach to that was, especially with the girl I'm with now, I would go to my favorite local sushi joint, and it was all you can eat. So you just get stuff coming in, and you sit at a bar. If you sit at the bar, they don't rush you out like they do at the tables. And you can sit there, you can watch the TV, and if it's sports ball and you don't like it, you can make fun of it, or you can get really good conversation. She and I would hang there for like an hour and a half sometimes and just chill out there. And that became one of our regular spots over time. And because, I noticed that too. They do rush you out.
A few girls to dinner on a first date actually between Y's because like I live way the heck in Southwest Austin, and like every single girl lives in North Austin. Like there's this domain area, like Apartment Alley or something, and like that's where every single girl lives in the apartments. So it's like especially rush hour traffic, a 45-minute drive up there. So I'm like driving all the way across town to pick a place that's like 5 minutes from girls' apartments, and so I got to the point where like it's like I'm hungry. I've been driving, I came right after work, and so I pick a place for dinner that I hadn't been before. I choose restaurants I wanted to actually trial them there. So I'm taking girls out to dinner, but I'd always have a fallback plan. Like there was a Dave & Buster's near the area, so like you have dinner at a sushi place when they're kind of ushering you out. 'Cause it's been 45 minutes. You go like to a Dave & Buster's, some other arcade location, hang out, play games. And then it's a good place like touch the girls and get to know them. Like. So funny story with my current wife, that was the plan, but we didn't make it to Dave & Buster's. We just went straight home instead. So there was that.
Wait, all 3 of you are from Texas?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like all 3 of us.
We're all in Texas right now, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the odd one out then.
Well, usually the full crew is here. We have like 4 countries, and Texas is like its own country.
Yeah, Texas is a country for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, Mish is a bit occupied right now. If you watch the news, you know why, but...
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I had to go there. And
the funny thing... Yeah, go ahead.
No, go.
Oh, well, the funny thing about this list, too, is interesting because it's the girls that have been taken out to these whack dates with guys that had no creativity and don't know how to plan a date, forget that she's a human being, and then, like, and then there's girls that are also predatory that want men that even if they don't like them, they want to be taken out and spoiled. So both women get out there.
Oops.
I was about to say, he's like, I'm here.
Is that Misha's?
Hi, Mish.
That's enough internet for me today.
We were just talking about you. How have you been?
Yeah, I took a break from paragliding, dude.
I can see that. We can see.
How's everyone doing tonight?
I'm doing fine. We're doing fine. How have you been?
Yeah, I've no complaints, dude. Over here in Bali, it's insane. I just came back from a beach club, and yeah, if you want
we
to
can see it
the
by the
red pill,
profile
dude,
picture, dude.
yeah, yeah. If you want to see the real red pill, dude, just come over here, man.
No.
Everything plays out in real time.
Everything. So, what are your thoughts on the list that came up on Twitter this past week?
It's like, I don't care.
He's like, what's
I'm in Bali, bro?
It's like, got laid, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, got laid.
And he even dropped off. He saw the list and he just dropped off.
He's like, no, I'm out of here. I hate this.
Fuck this shit.
Wingstop? No.
Now I can hear you.
Okay, sorry. I don't know what's happening. Internet is bad over here in the sea. So, anyways, if a woman has a list for you, to take her to places, I mean, like, I don't know, man. That never happened to me before. Maybe only once. She was complaining that I never took her to fine dining. Then I had to remind her that she was just a plate.
Mm-hmm. But what are your... go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Well, what are your thoughts when you look at this? On these places where it's like, that place is perfectly fine, that place is perfectly fine. But are there things in here that you would absolutely not take a girl to? And instead of the church, you can go for the mosque.
Mish, do you even know what some of these places are? Like, do you know what Buffalo Wild Wings is?
We do have Chili's, Applebee's, Cheesecake Factory, obviously a house. Wingstop, no.
Obviously a house.
Yeah. I thought you had to clarify. I thought you had a cave.
I mean, I've never had a girl who ever complained about taking her to any of these places. Actually, they get excited if I take them to Applebee's or Chili's. They love it.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. American chain restaurants in the Middle East are really good, dude. I've had McDonald's and Burger King in the Middle East. It's like they cook different, and the fries are a little more crispy. It's really good.
Yep.
I almost wonder if they still follow the old, the old ingredients. Because I heard Japan does something similar too. Like they're really good over there too.
The original McDonald's fries were like fried. They were fried in beef tallow. They had more
beef
calories
tallow,
than like your nuggets.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just had KFC yesterday, but I might just go to McDonald's.
Coffee dates and Starbucks, that's the first thing that you should take a girl to. Like, you shouldn't spend more than $5 to $7 on a coffee just to meet somebody for the first time.
Yep.
And if she's refusing to meet you for coffee, dude, that's the message that you need to know. Like, she's not worth it.
Well, that's kind of the point where I'm coming from as well, where it's like, and we discussed this at the beginning of the show, where it's like, first of all, this is nothing more than rage bait. Absolutely, absolutely not. This is it's just a Christmas list and click farming. But like, for you as a guy, in all honesty, what does what she want matter? That's kind of the perspective where I'm coming from, where it's like, no, I like doing these things. I would love to take you to these things. And if you don't want to go, then, well, you're not coming. Then end of date.
Dude, honestly, I've never had a woman before like tell me that she wants to go to a certain place, unless it's like a brand new restaurant that everybody's going to, and she wants to go take pictures, there, for social media proof and everything. That's the only it happened to me maybe a couple of times, and she earned it, so that's why I took her. But they never whenever I feel like eating, I just take them there. Like if I'm feeling like I want to eat sushi or like brisket or whatever, yeah, I'm gonna go eat in that place. And she's like, okay, I'll come with you.
Pretty much, but you set the frame in that case, where it's like, no, we're going here. Done.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm gonna be paying, I'm gonna be picking the restaurant, man. Like fuck it, dude. I work hard for that money.
Yeah. But it's not even about paying, but we mentioned that previously as well, where it's like it can be perfectly free. Like if you don't want to spend money on a date, then just don't. And if she's like, oh no, you're not spending money on me, and it's like, well, guess I'm not in the future either.
Some of the best relationships I had started as free first dates. I mean, we just met up somewhere, hung out, and then had fun with each other afterwards.
pretty much.
I kind of take the position, where because a woman could have been out with any number of guys blowing up her phone, which is out with you. I mean, there is some inherent value to the fact that she chose to be with you, but what do you owe her? I don't owe her a steakhouse dinner. I don't know you. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even really owe her dinner, I am doing her a favor also by being there with my time. So, I mean, I hate to say, should. I just think an equal exchange of value for a girl who could have been out with 10 other guys but is out with me is to not be an ass or a loser on the date. Like, be generally nice. And when we're talking, if the girl says something, that lets me believe that she's hooked up with 1,000 guys, or she does OnlyFans, or she's like chewing with her mouth open, like if the date sucks, I'm just not going to be an asshole about it.
Right.
Like, I'll finish a date. I'll be nice to her. I'll entertain her a bit. She'll entertain me a bit. I will enjoy it for what it can be. And I feel like maybe that's a fair exchange of value. I at least owe her that much. She could be out with any other losers. She's out with me. Least I can do is enjoy it and try to let her enjoy it too.
Yeah,
and
from that perspective, I kind of agree. But go ahead, you two.
Oh,
I don't know.
I was going to say
honestly,
see, now
go.
You okay? So, quick point is that another thing I've noticed too is that, and I always say this too: pay attention to what they do and not what they say, because they'll say they hate these places though. But if it's you and if they desire you enough, or if they like you enough, they don't care where you go with them. You can go anywhere and, they'll have a good time with you as long as it's just you. And that right there is a compliment in and of itself.
Yeah, that is true. I've had some desert dates before, like literally we went to the middle of the desert, or on top of a mountain, and it didn't cost me more than $20, and we had amazing fun there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There was a debate on Twitter last year, or the year before last or something, about whether a coffee versus drink state. And in the middle of that debate on Twitter, like everyone was chiming in, right? It was like a big viral thing. And then I met a girl for coffee at a coffee shop here where I live. And it's one of those like upscale coffee market where they sell like eggs and milk, but also like pre-made salads. And, it's kind of like a bougie little coffee place. And she arrived at the day, she was in a dress. I was like, whoa. And she was like very, like, she put in a lot of effort. And I'm just like, wow, she was very polite. She had a great conversation. And then like we were an hour and a half in. I'm like, hey, you want to cross the street and go get a Cosmo? She's like, I've never had a Cosmo. And I was like, well, there's a first time for everything. So during that debate, I just said, there's a bar across the street. Why can't I just hop to the bar across the street and have a drink too? Like, why does this binary thinking about dating and this like dogmatic way of dating where people automatically kind of like admit defeat before even experiencing real life? Maybe it's easier, maybe it's they're insecure.
The idea
because
is
it's easier.
Dates have connotations though. A coffee date means you're screening each other in the daytime. Then maybe it's almost like an audition date. It's not a first date; it's a zeroth date to see if you even want to date. Whereas drinks at a bar connotes sex. You're going to have a couple drinks to see if you want to go home together. I mean, it's the connotations people are arguing about, not the physical act of what you're drinking.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun, and she was my girlfriend for 8 months after that. So great gal. Too bad it didn't work out, but I just hope people like this. The thing with this list too, like I was saying earlier, like there's two types of girls that are like putting up this list. There's the girls that are tired of being taken on these whack dates with guys with no creativity and no experience on how to plan a date. Because even when I go out with my friends and I invite my friends somewhere, I'm doing like I tell them, hey guys, meet here at 7. This is what I'm wearing. We're gonna go to a hookah bar, or we're gonna go have drinks, or we're gonna have dinner. This is what I'm wearing, and then they all show up. Obviously, guys, we're a little different in the way we, like kind of plan stuff. But for girls, it's the same. Like when you invite someone out, you tell them where to be, and if it's a classier joint or if there's a dress code, you tell them, hey, this is the dress code. This is what I'm wearing. See you there. Can't wait to see you. And then there's the other type of women that are just like they're trying to either get outrage clicks, and money off men's outrage, or they're just trying to trick men to thinking that if you don't absolutely spoil a stranger that you don't know, then you're not an actual man. You're not actually don't know how to court women. So two sides in the same kind of hurricane here.
And the sign, this is places women refuse to go on a first date. So I mean, if you're meeting a girl, for example, for a hookup, a bar for drinks is absolutely standard, and girls do that all the time. If you've been dating a girl for 6 months, she's not going to want to go for a steakhouse dinner every Friday night unless you're like a bajillionaire. So I mean, it's like girls say, I want to be impressed on a first date, and then all this is situational. Like I had a friend who played keyboard in a cover 80s band, and he had like a recurring Friday night gig at Buffalo Wild Wings. So that's on their list as a crappy restaurant, but if you go there and you know the band, suddenly it's a good date. So I mean, it's all situational. I almost say it's not women want you to prove you're not broke. It's just women want you to prove, I don't know, you're entertaining.
Hold up. No, exactly. Like, and that's where my perspective comes in, where it's like, yeah, I am the entertainment kind of thing. That's why I don't usually go to places on first date. It's kind of what I'm trying to say the whole time, where it's like, yeah, I don't really take them to places because like the entertainment and the value and the interesting part is me.
Piggybacking on that, like if you lead with a wallet, like what message are you sending? What are you trying to impress her with? Like, are you trying to like look rich and say that's the hook? That's why you want to be with me? And then 2 dates later, you start going to normal restaurants. Like you're setting the bar kind of high for yourself.
Yeah, she's gonna start thinking, wait a minute, now he's not spending the money on me like he was before, and you've already set your expectations on day one. Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah, that's why you always take them on a coffee date in the beginning, just to set the expectations. And if she qualifies herself, you can take her on nice dates down the line.
Yeah,
I gotta say, like, I've never had a dinner date that didn't end up with a lay. Like, it wasn't money well spent.
Yep.
Yeah, it depends on dinner too. I mean, if like you're getting like a $250 steakhouse dinner, you're spending too much. But I mean, like, if you can't afford $40 at Applebee's, you need to get your finances in order before you should be dating.
Yeah.
That's
and
true.
like Arch said, like sometimes I'm hungry. Like I'm like, hey, there's a sushi joint next door. I'm hungry. They know me there. You want to grab a couple rolls because I'm starving. And it's just like, I don't mind spending an extra $40 on her to invite her to eat because I'm hungry. I'm just literally hungry. I want to eat. You can come through as long as you're a pleasant, nice person. I don't mind, having sushi with you. It's not that big a deal.
But the leading with your money part, that comes back to the whole, like, if you're afraid of gold diggers, then stop telling them where to dig gold. Like,
exactly.
Gold diggers are made, not born, Like, if you sit there and flash with everything you've got, and then you're going to complain about gold diggers, it's like, yeah, no fucking wonder. No fucking wonder, because the only thing you do is lead with your money. It's like, that's not on the girl. That's on the guy.
How common do you guys think like free dinner seeking women are? I mean, they're out there, and we see a lot of them because we read Manosphere stories, so we kind of oversample that. But for every one of those, there's got to be like a million normal days for the woman's not just after a meal. Like, how common do you think the "I'm just here for a free meal" women are?
They're not as common as we like to think they are. I think it's just that the ones that say that they are and openly say it out on social media are the ones that get the most attention.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of the last one that. Not.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I don't remember any girl that specifically said it's dinner or we're not going out. It's very rare.
Same.
Let's say one per year, 1 or 2 per year that I've come across online in the dating app.
Call me crazy. Like dinner dates are boring anyway. You just sit and like, what do you do? It's what I order. It's whether I drink and what I drink, and we just like talk at a table. Like you're almost setting yourself up for a job interview date.
Yeah.
Those are the best. What are your best qualities? How would you describe yourself?
If you could be a tree, what kind of tree would you be?
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I actually had that one at a job interview. They asked like what kind of tree because they had like a list of like questions that to ask. With like you guys clearly aren't going to hire me. You've run out of questions. I'm not going to answer that. Can I go?
Yeah. I always hated that when the HR dits came up with that, where it's like, tell a little bit more about yourself and what are your hobbies and what's your favorite color and it's like, why does this matter? Am I capable of performing the job? Yes.
Yeah. It was my last job that I just got out of, they asked that at the very beginning. They're like, okay, we want a picture of yourself and we want you smiling and then we want you to know what your hobbies are. And then I literally put rhythm gaming and some lady from HR emails me, what's rhythm gaming? I never responded.
because an old lady doesn't know what rhythm gaming is. Gov, come on.
Yeah.
He's not having it, dude. Governor's not having like that. Fuck off.
He's like, what is quote rhythm gaming? And I go, And I even told my supervisor, I was like, I could.
I told my supervisor, I was like,
my supervisor knew once I told him, I was like, you'll get the idea, because he was like our age. So I was like, all right, cool. And I'm like, I'm not responding to that. And he's like, I wouldn't.
So you're next to the job because of our HR department.
Yeah.
Oh man, I've done that a couple of times where it's like, could you come in for a job interview? And that was this last year. And I'm like, look, we've just had the whole pandemic. You want me to drive 30 minutes for a conversation of 15 minutes, which could be done over Zoom? No.
Yeah.
No. I have other job prospects.
You make enough side money on the internet, though, you're not going to starve to death without that job. If someone's going to starve to death without that job, they'll drive an hour.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I mean, I'm not going to lie, man. It gives you a way different perspective if you make internet beer money and how you're being treated at a job, where it's like, yeah, I mean, I've been able to make $1 on the internet. I could make 10. I might make 100. Like, you better treat me right.
Yeah, I'm popular on the internet.
Yeah. Also, for taking a girl on a dinner date, it's really nice to take a girl that you've been dating for a while, that you like her company on a dinner date, because it doesn't feel like you're paying for. You're not like, it doesn't. There's no. You're doing it because you want to do it.'re not doing it because there's like some kind of formality or some kind of thing you have to do, because of those are the unspoken rules of dating. Yeah, it's like night and day. When you take a girl that like, hey, I'm planning a date. Let's do this, and then we're gonna do that. And they're like, yeah, okay, just tell me what to wear. And you've been seeing her for a while. It's like there's no anxiety. You have fun. If the date doesn't pan out, you just, hey, let's do this instead, since maybe the restaurant's full or whatever happened. And then you kind of have you wake up and you're just like, man, that was a good night. I had fun, and then you first date with the internet, you're like anxiety, like, man, I gotta eat, I gotta game this girl, I got to make sure that she sees me tipping well, or else she'll think I'm, stingy. There's like, why would you do that to yourself? Like, don't. If you're gonna do a dinner date, you have to be at a certain level of mastery with women, like maybe, outcome independent, which a lot of guys are not. You have to have a certain amount of money. You can't be taking girls out to date twice a week on dinner dates, because it'll drain your bank account.
But not even that. Like, even from a practical standpoint on dinner dates, where it's like, I look at that and I'm like, look, I go there, I spend 4 times the amount of money on food I could get in the grocery store, and I'm still going to be hungry. The whole dinner aspect of it isn't fun.
That's why you go to Applebee's 2 for $20.
But the thing is, okay, so
tell me more about that.
Let me tell you something. Mostly the dinner dates, especially if you're dating somebody for a while, the dinner date is not for you, or like even about the food or anything. It's for her as a social proof to her friends, and the experience itself. There's many times where I spent, I don't know, $200, $300 on a restaurant, which had shitty food, a bad experience to me. I mean, like, I would rather do like you, just cook at home, order something or whatever. But I did it for her, just to take some pictures, post it on Snapchat or whatever.
Yes, I have done that too. It was a great T-bone steak of 800 grams, which turned out to be only 400. But
I hate when they do that at those steakhouses. Damn it!
But it was a nice place. It was a very nice place.
T-bone is the best cut, though.
Is it?
It was.
You get one at porterhouse on a big piece of filet. You get the strip too, which is the steakiest of the parts of the cow. You get both with a T-bone.
Yeah, but I get like 500-gram steaks at Aldi, and there's no bone in it. It's 500 grams of meat instead of like 800 on the menu, and they bring it to your table, and it's like half of it is bone.
If you want 500 grams of protein and fat, because you're about to go work out or something, then you want to get your steak at the grocery store. If you want to go out for a good piece of steak cooked by a good chef, a T-bone's a good cut.
I am a very great chef, I'll have you know.
Well, that's no need for a steakhouse for you. Just bring girls over. Now, I find a restaurant date with a girl you've been dating for a while, you already know her time's good. You already know you're going to get laid that night. And the woman already has value to you. That's that is money well spent. If it's a place you want to go, a place she wants to go, the food is not half bad. Like, yeah, it's the girls, like, you don't know, who are like, you need to pay a lot of money just to have a shot of this. Like, I don't know you.
No,
like,
but I do agree with you, Arch, and with Mish. Like, if you have a relationship, it is just a nice night out. It is for the experience. It's not for the food. Like, I could sit here and be like, "God, the portions are shit." It's not about the portions. Like, that's when it's switched around. Whereas normally, I think it's about the portions or whatever for food, and like with first dates, it's about the experience. No, at that point, it's the other way around. Where it's like, no.
My wife and I like streamline this. Like, there's this oyster place we go to. We like the oysters. We like their apps. Their Caesar salads out of this world. The desserts are good. We started going there and skipping the main courses. We're so disappointed by the fish. So we go out there and we just have a couple dozen oysters, like a salad each, and then skip right to dessert. Like, she has martinis, I have whiskey drinks, and we leave. Like, we don't even order a main course while we're there. Like, we would streamline a restaurant experience.
Yeah. No, but like I said, the experience itself, sitting down, talking, enjoying the view. Yes, I fully agree. That is a hell of a lot.
The drive there is kind of fun too, because you're both like, if you go to a nice one, you're like, maybe you're in a business casual and she's in a dress, and you're like holding hands while you drive and you're talking about your day.
Yeah, like we get dressed up for date night. Like, we're out in the hill country, so everything's pretty.
Yeah, and then
that's relationship dates.
Also, the staff treats you much better. I've noticed when you're with a girl and you're well dressed.
Long-term dating.
Yeah, the staff will treat you really nice. They'll, they even give you free shots, sometimes free appetizers. Yeah, it's just an experience. Like, but I won't do it for a stranger. Like, I don't do that for a stranger, because part of the reason you do this is because you know and appreciate a person in real life. Like,
yeah.
You know that person, and you like a date, someone you don't know. Half of these things that I just described, you can't. Like, I'm not gonna ask a person. I don't know anything about you. I don't know anything, so I don't know what to ask you about your day.
KFC every day, man. Just saying.
Yeah, that would be pretty good. Yeah, I love me some KFC.
Actually, I had it yesterday. It was amazing. I just can't shut up about it. It was just amazing. It was the exact right portion size. You know that when, like, I had 10 traditional pieces, and like at the 10th piece,
traditionally conservative pieces.
Yeah, but it was just the right amount of full during that last piece, where it's like no more than
that's what she said,
and no less.
Does KFC
chicken?
KFC do like livers and gizzards, or is that like only the more down home?
No, you got to go to like a food truck in the South to get that now.
I'm saying, like I can eat a lot of chicken livers as long as they're cooked right. Like I'm trying to make myself like liver, and I can't eat it unless it's fried, and which is like the worst way to eat liver. But I started putting in my eggs in the morning, and I can palate that. So
what's the worst thing you guys ever ate?
There was just some Malaysian restaurant I went to once back in Houston, and like we were just looking, like I was with my first wife, or like we were looking up interesting places to go. We'd never been to Malaysian cooking. What's that even like? And so we go there. It was the worst crap. Like, they had like dried anchovies or something on everything, and everything was like just had this funny taste to it. Like I damn near puked. Like trying to choke it down. There was some stuff like that. Like the sweet and sour stuff was all right, but like everything that was like interesting and authentic Malaysian just tasted bad.
Interesting.
Gov?
Malaysian. Oh gosh, I don't even know where to start. I mean,
Misha's answer will probably be ass or something.
I was gonna say the way I'm gonna say, I've eaten a lot of stuff, and there's very few things I don't like. But I mean, I'm just like picky about certain vegetables. Really, it's like certain vegetables make me gag, but that's about it. Like lots of meats, I've had organ meats, I've had every kind of all different kinds of wild game, things like that. They're all good to me. So it's hard to say other than the normal picky. I don't like green beans and peas because I don't.
Well, yeah, I don't like peas.
That's
either.
Disgusting.
Mish, surprise me.
Yeah, I would say it's Indonesian food because
Damn, shots fired. Malaysia and Indonesia taking L's.
Man,
we just don't have yellow fever here.
I've been here for almost like 2 weeks and a half now, and I've ate way too much Indonesian food, and it's not for me, man. Like they cook food in a funny way. I don't know.
Interesting.
Dude, stick to McDonald's. Middle Eastern McDonald's.
Oh, dude, I just got my McDonald's order over here. Like I'm gonna eat it after the show.
Oh, it's so good, dude. I'm jealous.
What did you get?
I got my double cheeseburger, a couple of them.
Oh, man of class. I see.
Yeah.
Yes, man of culture.
I'm super thankful for the Americans for creating this, dude. Like I'm so sick of eating rice, noodles, and like fried chicken and
your people should have reconsidered. I'm just saying, Mish, your people should have reconsidered at the time. They gave you McDonald's.
So,
like, is a double cheeseburger doing it right though? Like, apparently, like if you just eat 2 cheeseburgers and not the fries, you get like fewer calories and 10 times the nutrients.
But that defeats the purpose. You need to have fries with your burger. What is this sacrilege?
Sometimes I'll order it without.
I got some fries too with the cheeseburgers. You have to have the fries, dude.
Yeah,
McDonald's are consistently the best fries. I actually fry them twice. First at like a lower temperature, then a higher temperature. Or maybe I have that mixed up, but then that's what gives them like that creamy middle, and then the crunchier on the outside is a double fry.
Oh man,
I never do that. Nice. Nuke.
Yeah, that's what they'll do with 2 vats. So you move the basket, like the first is one temperature, then the other, and so you do like the hot, then the cold, the cooler fry or something, or it's the cool, the hot.
Oh, genius! Now they got to work on their ice cream machines.
We're learning all kinds of things today.
Yeah, their ice cream machines need to improve though. Their ice cream machines.
I was about to say, like over in other parts of the world too. I wonder if their ice cream machines break all the time, or if they have the other stuff Americans do. Like when you walk into a McDonald's, you got the big touch screens now. The cashiers barely say anything to you.
Yeah, we have that over there in Saudi too.
I mean, the Netherlands never had that ice cream machine problem. Never. We never had that issue. Nuke, what's the worst thing you ever ate?
Well, I was in the Navy for 6 years.
Oh.
So when I was deployed, you don't always get
steak and lobster come out of the closet on a live podcast.
No. We have an understanding. Me and other sailors, we have an understanding. We, like to keep things under wraps. It ain't gay if it's underway, So sometimes the cooks were like 19 years old. They just got into the military. They needed a job. They didn't score very high on the ASVAB, so they got like a cook job, right? And these kids are just barely know how to, put stuff together. And sometimes there are days where like they just give you slop, and you just eat crappy food. Sometimes I don't even know what it was called. Sometimes it was mystery meat. So I would say mystery meat on the USS Truman was some of the worst food I've ever eaten. So. Yeah,
I was say like I would have figured like mystery MREs or something like that.
You guys,
no, I would have preferred MREs by 100. Yeah, times 100. I would have preferred MREs.
It's a Salisbury steak, like the good MRE or something.
Yeah, I would have enjoyed MRE crackers with butter over that mystery meat. Yeah,
so, you guys are never gonna guess mine.
McDonald's, Applebee's. You got taken to Applebee's.
No, we don't have an Applebee's here.
That list is actually by Jack. Those are all the places that they've taken Jack. And he's like, no, we're not doing this.
Any fast food joint is on there. Look, I love McDonald's breakfast.
Oh my gosh, the sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle. That's
yes.
You know what? I'm kind of in the middle. Like before a road trip, it's more like a spiritual thing. Like if you're gonna go on a long road trip, McDonald's breakfast kind of hits a little better. But like,
yeah.
Have you guys ever had the Burger King breakfast?
Yeah, well,
no, never touched Burger King.
Mm-hmm. That one, I do like Burger King stuff to a degree. Sometimes some of it better than McDonald's, but Taco Bell breakfast hits different too. Now, ever since they introduced it back in like 2016, something like that, I've been getting that pretty regularly. They make a nice little like what is it called? One of the wraps or something like that with a hash brown in the middle. Makes a really nice crisp.
Can I just say that we have diverged into food and the views have not dropped? I have the best audience.
We're tired. Well, people are tired of talking about this crap about like where girls want to be taken on dates, man. Just
could it be that do guys finally know that the internet is not real life?
Yeah, they're probably starting to figure it out.
Yeah. I hope so. It's about the friends you made along the way. It's like, guys, you see these lists online. They're all pandering. They're all Christmas lists. Like, the 6 foot tall. Women don't know what 6 foot is.
Funny aside on breakfast.
Yeah, they don't, dude.
Like my wife and I, we started like every Friday morning. Just like, I start work late. She doesn't have any clients. So like we just started going out for breakfast after dropping a kid off for daycare. It's been super awesome. We're hitting up all the breakfast choice in our part of town. We find like 2 that are favorite. We go to kind of repeatedly. And we sit and talk. And I try to have interesting discussion topics prepared to like just get her babbling about everything. And I listen to her, I nod, I ask follow-up questions. And she feels great after that. And 2 out of 3 times I bring up crap like this that we're going to talk about here and ask her feedback.
Oh, nice.
What did she say? What did she say about this?
Her general feedback is that, tell your incel friends this isn't real life. Most dates are normal. And, it's not her experience. I mean, she has a lot of clients who are like, women of that age. And, she's like, the girls aren't going out for food. They just want guys that be able to do interesting dates and make some kind of effort.
They want effort. Yeah.
Did she just call us incels?
Tell your incel friends the internet's not real. I tell them that all the time.
Wouldn't being an incel be pretty nice? You have so many time for video games. You'd have so much time.
The older I get, the more I'm like, just whiskey and video games. Sometimes that seems like a good night.
The new Mario just dropped.
Right, dude. I just blew off 2 Austrian chicks and just to come to talk to you guys.
Aww.
Damn, to talk to your incel friends.
Hey. But real quick, Dark Knight Dev for the $10 double heartfelt super chat sound. What about activity dates? Hey, book a book, man. Book a book. What about activity dates? I.e., mini golf, battle cages, dancing with drinks, cooking classes, or Dave and Buster's.
Cooking classes sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
I've had
that actually sounds kind of fun, a cooking class.
Can I read the goddamn super chat?
Sorry, go on.
I've had more fun flirting with girls at cooking classes than a dinner date. Dark Knight Death, thank you very much for the $10. I appreciate it. Guys, go.
Cooking class is an amazing idea. Like mini golf, you're subject to the weather. You're getting all hot and sweaty outside. Dancing, you better be good at dancing. Batting cages sounds kind of manly, but cooking classes, like I should have thought of that. That's a good idea.
So, that's interesting because there in my area over here, we had a mini golf place that had batting cages, and then just 5 minutes up the road from where I am, there's a Dave and Buster's, and it was next to a Sur La Table store, which had cooking classes, and then drinks, everything like that. Yeah, there was, I never thought about cooking classes though.
Axe throwing too.
A great idea. Axe throwing, yeah, I did that with mine. Yep, she loved it. Yep, she wants to do it again. So, yeah,
what's Dave and Buster's?
Dave and Buster's is like that's my arcade hangout that I always talk about. Actually, it's
nice.
There's other ones like it too. There's one that's called like Round One. There's one that's called Main Event, things like that. But yeah, it's like a bowling place, laser tag.
Who's taking Jack to Dave and Buster's when he gets here? Who's taking him?
Oh heck yeah! Which one you want to go to? No,
she can pay.
All of them.
Where are we taking him? He's got a girlfriend. What are girlfriends for?
Yeah, Torsha, take Jack to Dave and Buster's.
So she's in the chat. She's in the chat.
I took my girl to the Round One in San Antonio, and she really liked it. She's not even a gamer, and it's an arcade that has a lot of Japanese themed games. It's really, really fun, and she had a good time. She's like, now I want to see the one in Dallas too. And so I mean, hey, even if they say they're not into gaming or they think Japanese stuff is weird, they will have fun. Like, I mean, yeah, if you look right up there's the T-Rex that she won, and she wanted to keep it forever. So, hey, that's
damn. She's winning you prizes, dude. You are the prize.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, it's like instead of I am the prize, she wins the prize.
Yeah,
God is flexing on me,
dude. I took a girl once to arcade, like an arcade like that, but it's like smaller here in Dallas, and we played Mario Kart, and she won every single time. And I'm like on real Mario Kart on Switch, I'm pretty good. But like in arcade Mario Kart, I couldn't win. I was like, what is your secret? She doesn't play video games. Like girls get these magical abilities sometimes to be really good. And you're just like, what the hell? Like,
how did you do that? Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah. They've got that Mario Kart over here too at the Dave & Buster's over here. And I know exactly what you mean. That's a fun one too.
Mario Kart is a good party game when you have bros over at your house. Like when you get to a place where you have a good relationship and you actually want her to meet your friends, like over for video game night, it's actually kind of fun.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I guess back when I was like younger, it was like Rock Band or something. I was pretty good at that.
Mario Kart, Rock Band was legit. I loved Rock Band.
I fessed up and downloaded Street Fighter 6 when it came out just to play with my daughter.
Yeah.
Is she better than you already out the game?
Oh, damn.
No, I actually looked up how to do moves online. She just button mashes because she's 12. She plays like Roblox on her iPad. She has like real video games. Like too much trouble for her. She's too cool for that.
Do you do the John Cena when you win after you beat her?
Oh yeah. But they had this ridiculous character. She's like like stupidly tall woman who like does judo and ballet or something. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. That's gonna be my character. And so I learn all her moves.
Oh yeah.
Like I do jiu-jitsu and I'm like, is she wearing a gi and like she does ballet? That is so ridiculous. I gotta play that character.
I am not gonna lie, it is still like, first of all, I want to live in a climate where it's always spring or summer. That is like the number one on the list. But then I want to have just one wall of the house that is just a TV. And that's where the consoles are being attached. And then I'm gonna invite my buddies over, my woman-hating buddies, and we're just
incel friends.
And we're just going to play Smash Brothers, Mario Kart, and Mario Party.
Wait, hold on. You don't just play Smash Brothers. That's like it's real life.
We will live stream that.
It's Smash Brothers is not just playing Smash Brothers.
After that, this whole podcast breaks up. It's like, nah, we can't. We can no longer talk to each other.
I've gotten arguments over Smash Brothers because I just took it too seriously sometimes.
Smash Brothers is like the monopoly of video games.
Yeah,
break everybody up.
Look, my Tradcom buddy, he plays Mario Kart with his wife. I mean, can you imagine how strong that relationship is? You hit me with a blue fucking shell.
Yeah, I wonder what Ben Shapiro would say about that, about playing video games with your wife. You know?
Oh no, it's
you
it's
have
Matt
to beg her
Walsh.
to play first.
It's Matt Walsh, who was like the anime is Satan guy.
Well, that's crazy.
Yeah, these like ultra conservative, like, you know, public figures who like have opinions on stuff that never seems to pan out in the real world. There's like a lot of them. Like I can't tell them all apart. I thought Shapiro and Matt Walsh were the same person for the longest time.
They are.
Hey, I've never seen them in the same room.
Like if you took the names off the tweets and put them side by side, could you tell the difference?
No.
I wonder what Matt Walsh would think. You know, Mr. Anime is Satan. You know, with my setup here, and then here's my Bible right here.
Honestly, who would watch anime or who would dress up like a character? You know, that's so childish.
Yeah, who would do that?
Yeah.
You think Satanists would have better things to do, you know?
Yeah.
Matt Walsh is the kind of guy who would look at that list and he would make serious content about it. Like, these women these days are so arrogant and they're so full of themselves that they expect a man to take them out to blah, blah, blah. It's like,
life in the abstract. Existence, human existence in the abstract.
Yeah, like, dude,
makes me want to make a
video. You
video.
know how this works? Well, I think he does, though, with the whole what is a woman thing. He knows it's outrage. And I think he would know that this list would make perfect content for him because I will guarantee that his audience, a majority of the men in his audience, are guys who look at this list and they take it seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's part of the game. Like he knows he's like not a serious dude, but if he posts something like that, then he gets like 1 million, you know, people responding to his stuff, engaging all of his content at every different platform. He'll make a little bit of beer money.
It'll work for him, just like the change my mind thing worked with Steven Crowder did. You know, it's just it engages or gets engagement, and that's all he wants. You know, catch the grift.
Oh, but hey, Arch, in all honesty, like Matt Walsh, he makes more than beer money on Twitter. That is what the hell.
Well, doesn't he have like millions of followers? And so like every time someone like, you know, responds, he gets like all his replies are like full, thousands of replies every single post.
He makes about $20 a tweet. 5 tweets a day, that's $100 a day just from Twitter. I mean, and that is if he does 5 tweets a day. He does way more.
I think I'm up to like 250 followers. How long till I can make $1 billion?
How many followers does he have? Let's see. Pearl makes a shit ton as well on Twitter, I believe.
I love Pearl. It's not popular to like Pearl.
I can't
so good at the game.
She is great.
She really is.
And honestly, when she puts out videos, she's well-spoken. She's entertaining to watch. Like, she's good at what she does. Like or hate her boneheaded messages. She's good at the job.
She's smart.
I'll give her that, yeah.
Well, she probably also has like a team of people that like kind of like come up with the next tweet.
No, does she have a team or does she do it solo? I thought she did it solo.
No, she does it. The only thing is, the only where she fails is that when she ever gets challenged on anything, she crumbles. You know, like instantly. She cannot. Anything she says, she has nothing. She has like no conviction. So I don't know, but like she doesn't
have to be right. She just has to be entertaining.
Yeah.
That reminds me of a. Have you guys seen Thank You for Smoking?
No.
Oh, it's been a while.
I've heard of it.
Yeah,
it is such a good movie. Arch just reminded me, like, it's not about proving you're right. It's about proving the opposition wrong.
Or even proving the opposition right. If you get like 1 million engagements from proving the opposition right and being defeated, you still make $1 billion.
Yeah. It's the nuke strategy. You win.
You win.
Dude, I told a guy in my comments, hey, dude, you're right. You win. Right? And he posted 3 more times under the same, like, I said, hey, man, you're right. You win. And he kept posting and talking to himself. I'm just like, dude, you need to go to therapy, man. Like, if you're arguing with a weirdo like me online and I let you win, like I said, hey, man, you're right. I see it your way, internet stranger. How could I not see it your way, internet stranger? Thank you. And you keep posting like, yeah, and then just talking to yourself. I'm like, dude, you need to go to therapy, dude. You need to go seek help because there is no way that's who you are, bro. There's no way. I refuse to believe it.
In all honesty, we just got serious and the views dropped. What the hell, people?
All right, back. What do you guys main for Smash Brothers?
My main always was either Kirby or Link.
I only played it like old school, like back on like their ancient systems, but I like Link.
Nintendo 64?
Yeah.
Oh, I played that one too.
I hate Link. What a surprise.
What? But remember the commercial for that? Where they happy together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Commercial.
Oh,
I did.
Allegedly, wasn't Mega Man the best or the most overpowered character or something?
No, not in Smash. Not in the first one. Not for the N64. That was NES, I believe. Not sure. And then you had on the GameCube, it was Mewtwo. And then for the Wii, that was
wasn't it Meta Knight?
Oh yeah, Meta Knight.
They nerfed Meta Knight in the last one. They nerfed him a lot. I noticed. I'm like, yeah.
See, I didn't dive into the series enough, but every fighting game I play, I never care about the strength level of them or whatever it is. I just play whatever character I like the most. And
it looks coolest, yeah.
Yeah, or something like that. Yeah, whichever character I enjoy the most, and then I just go the best that I can with that character. But I was the one that everybody hated with Mr. Game & Watch. So
screw you, dude. Screw you. Oh, Jesus.
But in all honesty, do we want to add anything to the girls list?
What do you mean, like that we
like thoughts and emotions and strategies? Do we want to add anything to this rage bait?
Let's see.
Go live life, you know?
Yeah.
Touch grass. Go to McDonald's and the women will follow.
Make your plan. What's your plan?
Understand that there's a lot of people that have bad experiences with dating, men and women. So they go to the internet for validation for their bad experiences.
Yeah.
So you don't want to get caught up in validating there when you haven't even had experience yourself, right? There may be experiences that you have that are really good that everyone else is failing at, and you should keep quiet. You keep quiet about them, but also, there are experiences where you'll have the same experiences as people online, and you're just like you're looking for someone to tell you, yeah, it does suck, and so you can get validated. And that's why Pearl's so popular. That's why a lot of these outrage podcasts are so popular. And a lot of the people that are telling you, hey, man, it's not so bad, get a lot of hate online because it feels like we were pre-fucked and before we came to this world. Like, no, we just figured it out. Whether we're married, single dad, single mom, or, baby daddy, whatever your situation is, we kind of looked at it pragmatically. We took our ego out of it and we found peace. But a lot of people, haven't found peace yet, so they're angry. Don't get caught up in that. Live life for yourself. It's okay to be frustrated at the opposite gender. They're probably frustrated with me sometimes, and I'm frustrated with them. But for the most part, you can't stay there forever.
How can you have to move on. Be frustrated with you?
You got how much time do you have?
I don't. Nuke's the best at Twitter bait, though. I mean, he had people pissing on him because apparently I did not realize this. You were not white.
Yeah. Well, I had a popular Miami podcast. Two ladies who are just about my skin color, tell me I'm a black Latino. We're all the same. And I'm like, my mom is lighter skinned than both of you. And both my parents are from Dominican Republic. There's no such thing as a black Latino. Like my mom is white, is like the color of the wall behind me. And she's grew up next to my father. They met as children.
I don't know if it's you, though, or if it's how you dress, or if it's the words you choose, or the topics you pick. Somehow you have a knack for getting people to come out of the woodwork just to challenge you on the dumbest shit.
Yeah, and the best thing is that even when I say, hey, dude, you win, they just keep going. I'm just like, dude, you need to go to therapy, my friend.
You bring out the best of the internet.
Rob says he uses my post for a block list.
Nice.
I learned from the best. I learned from Shadow Arabia.
So. But Nuke, seriously, your parents met as kids?
Yeah, they grew up in the same.
That's adorable.
Yeah, they were very, very, very poor. No running water, and they had a crush on each other. And then my dad joined the military, immigrated to the U.S., and then he flew back to Dominican Republic and said, "Hey, let's get married." And then the rest is history. So.
Yeah, I gotta know. Do they know Dante? Like no drinking water? Or...
No, Well, Dominican Republic has come a long way. Right now, they have an immigration issue because they share an island with Haiti, so there's a lot of churn there. It's getting pretty bad. But for the most part, like, you know, people online, you know, you have the white nationalists, you have Latinos that think they're more white because they have lighter skin, but they're still Latino, you know, and they still, you know, and it's silly because in the real world, I've never seen any of these things play out. Maybe in the military a little bit, but it was just like, it's the military. We really make fun of each other in a pretty brutal way, but we're all like, you know, we're willing to die for each other, you know, in the military.
I mean,
other than,
we have this podcast with somebody with a religion I do not dare touch. We've got a Latino and we've got a terrorist. So you know what?
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, I've noticed too that like maybe it was after the Trump election, everyone has this like save the West, you know, I got to do my part to save the West kind of thing. And I'm like, dude,
don't get me
like,
started.
Yeah, like we're not going to get into that, but like there's a lot of people that it's been, you know, what's 2023? It's been like it's about to be 8 years since that Trump got elected, and people are still saying the same things and not realizing like, hey man, it's all about you and your life. You have to make your life happy. You yelling at me on Twitter because I told you you have to make yourself your own port of origin, and just because a girl says that you need to man up, it doesn't mean anything. And you're yelling at me for that. That means you're deeply ingrained or deeply in this mental model that's just going to cause you pain for the rest of your life, and you need to break free. You know, it's just really sad. And people, it manifests through racism, which racism to me doesn't exist in a vacuum. Like I've never experienced racism outside of high school, you know, or like my first year of college, like true. And it's just like, people usually apologize or just they didn't understand. So people go online and are like, these group of people are ruining the country. And I'm like, dude, like you live in an apartment where you can control the temperature with your voice. You have high-speed internet. You get laid once or twice a month. You know, like you're living the best life imaginable, right? And you're complaining about some abstract group of people or religion somewhere else that you can't solve their problems, right? And they can't solve yours. And that's your personality online, you know? Great. Well, what a cool person you are, dude. You're the coolest ever, you know? So, yeah.
Meanwhile, they get offline, hang around with only black people. It's like,
yeah, you know,
you my homies.
The racist community is the most diverse community.
Yeah.
Yeah, you spend too long on the internet and you start to get these stupid ideas like there's a gender war or something, or like women are all gold diggers or women are all sluts. You start to think that the West is in trouble because you haven't been touching grass for a while. You're just on the internet, and the internet oversamples the worst people telling you the best stories for engagements. When you get off the internet, you figure out that the West is not in, well, the West is in trouble for various reasons, but not because of feminism and not because of certain religions, but, you know, more economical, I guess. But I mean, the world's not that bad. The dating scene's not that bad. The other sex is not that bad. The West is not that bad. The world is actually pretty darn okay. And, you know, but you get these crazy ideas like we're in the midst of the decline of the West and a major gender war because you're on the internet too damn much.
Yeah.
I mean, Rob used to even tell me that. Where it's like, look, when you turn off your computer and you go outside, there really isn't a gender war. Women aren't out there to get you. They're actually pretty pleasant.
Mm-hmm. Moreover than that, they're rooting for you to win. When you meet a girl for a date, even if she's just there for free food, a piece of her showed up hoping you impress her and she wants to have sex with you. She is hoping you win. You disappoint yourself and her if you suck.
Don't let this guy be autistic. Don't let this guy be autistic. Yeah. Don't let this guy be autistic.
Don't talk about crypto. Don't talk about crypto, please. Don't talk about crypto.
Dude, I actually thought about that this weekend. I went to a concert Thursday, and I was part of the VIP, and I'm in line, and a couple guys in front of me, they're all like talking like this, almost literally, just like and talking to the girl behind me who was really attractive. And then who did she make the biggest conversation with? Me. Like, because I was actually human instead. I wasn't some normie or whatever, but that's a good spot to meet a girl too, is at a concert, for goodness sake, because you share a commonality, and then, you know, say, hey, you want to go to another one sometime, something like that.
So what's this thing where, like, you know, guys in the manosphere are all marrying and like dating the women in the manosphere now? It's like everyone has all these common interests. We're on the internet talking about relationship stuff all the time. I guess it's like a natural pairing.
Yeah, that's Florida.
You have common interests.
Where what's his name? God damn it. Come on. Donovan. Donnie married what's his name? Devin. Yeah, they had a manosphere wedding with very odd vows, and it had to be live streamed. And it's like, do you people like
marriage for clout?
No, but do you even have a
Wait, did he actually do that?
Yeah, he married like it was I don't know if it was a live stream, but there is content of it. Where I'm kind of like, you're human beings, like, is the brand ever off?
These people are terminally online, dude. They see this need to touch grass, man. They need
I do wish them all the best, though. Don't get me wrong. I wish them all the best, of course.
I gotta say that the whole like public spectacle aside, you meet somebody who like shares your common interest in this bizarre autistic relationship content. You got a lot to talk about in your first date. That would be an entertaining first date. Like that, you could fill up Applebee's with that conversation. It would be great.
Hitting a bit close to home. Come on, man, podcast for the $5 heartfelt. Thank you very much. Where is it? Off topic. There's an actor in Five Nights at Freddy's that looks exactly like Governor. You mean Matt?
I saw this Thursday. I saw the early screening. I'm like, tell me it's not Matthew Lillard or something. That's the only. Oh gosh. I'm looking like Shaggy, huh? Is that what he's trying to tell me?
No, I'll get the. You mean Josh Hutcherson is in there?
Oh gosh, yeah, Josh Hutcherson. Yeah, I don't think it'd be him. No,
Corey Kashin. Corey Kashin.
I wish it was Josh Hutcherson because he was on screen with Elizabeth Lail a lot, and she's really attractive. So,
yeah, my daughter's been begging me to see the movie. She played all the video games when she was young, and like was having nightmares about it. And but that was like years ago. So now she wants to go see the movie. She thinks it's going to be hilarious, and she likes horror movies.
Here, I got a giant Freddy right over there, sitting in the corner, just because it's funny. People that don't know the game, they're just like, "Oh, it's a teddy bear," and I was just like, "Yeah, you can make it."
Still want to see Ryan play like either Slender Man or Five Nights at Freddy on Digital Ryan. I
have both of those. Yep, they're great.
But come on, man, podcast. Thank you very much for the $5.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. Mish, you've been quiet.
Yeah, I've been laying down, dude. I'm tired. Just listening to you guys enjoying this.
He's drained. He's drained.
He couldn't wait anymore.
It's 12:20 a.m.
Oh, the guy who wanted to break in there. Okay, he did respond. I know who he's talking about. That guy? Oh man.
The guy who wanted to break in?
There's somebody there's a group of people that break into the pizza place in Five Nights at Freddy's and try to mess the place up, and then all kinds of.
Would you take a date? Would you take a date to Freddy's Pizza?
Yeah, there you go. That's actually a good idea. Yeah,
good pizza.
An escape room.
With all the merch I have from that freaking game, I might as well make this place a pizza.
Escape rooms are good dates. Like kiddie pizza places with skee balls and like the animatronics are bad dates, but escape rooms are good dates.
Yeah, that'd be cool if they made like an escape room based off the game or something like that. That'd be nuts. Or some kind of like something if they were to make like an actual Five Nights at Freddy's like adult theme like horror house or something like that, that would be really cool.
You know what wasn't on that list though? The park.
It was like outdoor dates was a category or something, wasn't there?
Really?
Maybe. I don't know. I've not committed to list of memory on account of it being unimportant.
Let's see. Where is
it?
Actually,
early on, I did an escape room with my wife as one of our early dates. And it turned out it was a funny time. So there was no one there, just the two of us solving an escape room. And we got to the very end. There was one last part where we had to like cut the right wire for a certain color to like defuse a bomb or something. And she had her scissors there, and I didn't double check her because it was like our second date or something. So she cut the wrong wire. We almost beat the escape room. She blew us up.
Well, at least you're still here. Let's see. Outdoor, let's see, Apple, but Chipotle, I understand, it's like the day after the horror stories I've heard.
Chipotle's average anyway. I mean, if I'm going to take a girl to a taco place, then Freebirds is where it's at.
Outdoor isn't on there.
The biggest thing my wife and I fight about is whether Freebird or Chipotle is better. I say Freebird, she says Chipotle.
Yep.
Nice. Sup, Joe? Good to see you. We still need to do that show.
Also, you could take her to Hop Dotty too. That's a good place to go.
So what?
It's like trendy. It's like a burger place, but trendy.
And they actually have grass-fed beef there too. And they actually they go with less seed oils and all that stuff. And I'm all about that.
You need to take it to Jack Rabbit Slims.
Jackrabbits.
Is that a real place or just like from the movie?
That's only from the movie. I was hoping somebody would get that reference.
It's like that's like my favorite movie. Let me second.
What's your first?
Clerks.
Oh, nice. 37 dicks in a row.
In a row?
Every woman I've had to see that movie and she falls asleep. No girl likes Clerks. It's like favorite movie, hands down. Changed the way I think about everything.
Nice.
My first one in that group was Mallrats, and I still love that movie.
It turns out, when they did the auditions, Clerks was obviously a low-budget movie, very black and white. Like when Kevin Smith, had people doing auditions for it. So Dante was actually a real actor. He showed up with a resume. He had things prepared and stuff. And the guy I had playing Randall, he just sauntered in off the street. He was like, "This sounds like fun," and that'd be the character he got. It was hilarious.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, the old Kevin Smith films were pretty good. Did anybody here see what's it called? Tusk by Kevin Smith? That's his
no
exploration into horror, and it's odd. It's really odd.
Most of his movies are a little weird like that.
Yeah.
But if you combine that with horror, you get really messed up stuff.
That's kind of like Matthew Perry or whatever making horror movies or what? Who was it? Not Matthew Perry. Gosh, that's the dude that just died, right? Which guy am I thinking of? Tyler Perry. There we go. Wrong Perry. Him making horror movies.
I mean, Friends is pretty horrible.
It is pretty terrifying. Yes.
So my first wife was Catholic, and so we watched Dogma not too long after it came out, and I thought it was hilarious. And the whole time she was like, it was good, but it wasn't what I expected, because she thought, movie making fun of it would just be a whole, 2 hours of like priest sex jokes or something, and it turned out actually having a plot and taking over like Lucifer was taking over the world or something.
Carlin is in that film, right?
Who?
George Carlin is in Dogma.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's like the asshole priest who blesses his golf club or something.
Yeah, and with the thumbs up Jesus.
Yeah. Good movie.
Guys, let's wrap this one up. Closing thoughts. Panel will go Archwinger, Gov, Nuke, and then Mish. Go.
The internet is not real life. There's no such thing as a gender war. Everything you see on the internet is intended to get you to interact with it to make someone beer money. If you like the person, go ahead and give them some beer money. If you find entertainment in it, go ahead and interact. If you find yourself getting emotionally invested in things that are not real life and it's not entertaining you, it's angering you, touch grass. Go have sex with a woman.
Go have sex with a woman. There you
go. Gov, go ahead.
Well, like I said earlier, and I still stand by it, I mean, you can look at this list all day and you'll have women telling you, I don't like this or that place, but if they like you enough, I think the medium is the message here, and they will probably change their mind, unless if they went through some kind of devastating life situation at that place and they just can't go there ever again. It's never a stern no when you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to, I don't like the sushi bar. Okay, well, we won't go there, or we will go there anyway, and then she'll enjoy it if she likes you. That's what I've learned over time. And as an example,
I'm allergic to sushi. She makes rules, forbade us, and breaks
exactly. No, she's gonna break the rules for me. No,
I had a bad experience with Freddy Fazbear's.
Dude, I mean, I'll even say an instance like library chick now, she didn't like sushi whenever we were first going out and stuff, and I took her over there to, like I said earlier, my favorite sushi joint. Now she likes going over there, and when I go there now alone, like I did Friday, she went, "You went without me?" So yeah, I can't go without her now. So it's all about you. You're the one that make yourself interesting enough, and she's not going to care where you go.
Luffy.
So they're going to make these lists over and over because, again, now they're getting paid makeup money if you're a girl, or beer money if you're a guy. It's just going to keep happening. It's getting boring. There is a skill issue with men because they don't know where to take women on the proper first date. They lack creativity, and women are starting to notice. That's and then there's women that want to take advantage of this to make money off angry men and angry women. And then there's the women that are actually like, hey, please, I don't want to go to Applebee's on a first date. I actually want you to be more creative. I want you to maybe coffee and a walk in a park, anything but just sitting down and getting food and then leaving, So don't get wrapped up. Have a little bit of a muse mastery. Like, this is all. Let the dumb people, inexperienced dumb people, fight and be mad. Let them do their thing. You already know what to do. There's no reason to be participating in this, in these lists and getting mad. And then, you know, let people who have no experience fight it out. You know, let the dummies fight with the dummies, and then you already know what's best. You don't have to participate in this. You can go have sex with a woman and be happy. So
and touch grass. Mish.
Yeah, I'm gonna second what Archwinger said. Also, like most of this list, if you pay a little bit of attention, it's just projection from previous relationships.
Mhm.
That's what I get. It's mostly when a girl tells you like, oh, I don't want to do Arby's or like Chili's or whatever because her ex used to take her there, but she doesn't really mind it. It's just bullshit. They're always projecting. Girls say something and they do another thing.
Exactly what I was saying. Yeah, that's right.
Just touch grass, man. Life is much better outside.
Yep.
Nice. Well, then that's it from us for this week. Guys, thank you very much for hanging out with me. Always appreciate it. Dark Knight Dev, Come On Man Podcast. Thank you very much for the super chats. Appreciate it. And if you want to support the channel, you can become a member by clicking the join button. We spoke about action dates. Puck used to talk about action dates, and I have narrated the whole book of Puck that you will get for free if you decide to support the channel by becoming a member, and you will also get the Gendernomics audiobook bundle for free. It will be in the community tab. Hit the like, subscribe if you haven't, comment down below your thoughts of this show, and we will see you again next week. Cheers.
Doo-doo-doo.